There was a terrible crash in Calgary today.
3 people died in a head-on collision on McLeod Trail. Now, we often hear about people being killed in traffic collisions, but what about the victims who survived the crash, who wake up in hospital with spinal cord injuries?
They discover they are paralyzed and may never walk again.
And then the car rolled over and I went through the window down the hill.
I remember being in the air, and then I don't remember anything until probably a few hours later when I was in the Stars helicopter.
I couldn't remember any of that. I was in Calgary for maybe 3-4 days before I woke up.
It felt like I was just, my body was hardened in cement. I was trying to move anything I could, but I just couldn't move anything.
Casey Robertson of Lethbridge couldn't wait to try out her new snowboard at Castle Mountain, but on the first day of the run caught an edge, flew through the air, and landed badly. It changed her life forever.
I wanted nothing more than just go back in time and have my regular life back with all my old worries and not have to worry about everything that comes along with having a spinal cord injury.
Early in her convalescence, Casey was contacted by a rehabilitation counselor from the Canadian Paraplegic Association.
One counselor really encouraged me to get back into school and take public transport or transportation, just things I was afraid of, you know, really just helping me overcome my fears of people staring at me and just re-entering society a lot in a wheelchair. She just was always there helping me feel more human, because I didn't feel human anymore.
Bob Blair is a cattle rancher from the Penhold district who was thrown from his horse in 2002. He found himself in a similar situation to Christopher Reeve, a quadriplegic who cannot breathe without the assistance of a ventilator or an experimental procedure called diaphragm pacing. But with the help of CPA counselors from Red Deer, Bob has maintained a positive attitude.
I think it was partly my fault that I was thrown from the horse, and I really enjoy life, you know. I enjoy the farm there and our friendship with our neighbors. The CPA is really important to anybody in a wheelchair.
Eliza Walters was full of enthusiasm as she headed for Lake Louise for a day of snowboarding. She went over a big jump, even though she knew in her heart it was too big.
I approached the jump, and I knew that it was going to be bad.
Come on, girl!
I knew that the conditions were bad. It was icy, and I caught my board on the wrong edge. And when I was in the air, I just knew that it was going to be bad. I remember coming to and seeing my family and the doctor there. And my number one concern was whether I was going to be able to have children, because I knew that I wasn't moving. I wasn't able to use my legs, and that was my number one concern.
On leaving the hospital, Eliza went home to Tabor to live with her parents. A CPA counselor from Lethbridge was close on her heels.
I quickly learned that CPA was just there to help. They weren't there to make me feel like I was someone in a wheelchair. It was the complete opposite. They wanted me to feel comfortable and be able to get out there in the community and participate fully. They helped to get me back on my feet. Well, I guess not on my feet, but to get out there and be a part of the community.
In the spring of 1998, Alan Duong was headed home with friends from an all-night party when the car they were in rolled and went over an embankment. Suddenly, he was alone.
By myself, screaming that I couldn't move and if somebody could come and help me.
Alan's injuries were so serious he has limited use of his hands, but he has made tremendous progress. A representative of the CPA came to visit Alan within weeks of his accident.
She basically did everything for me. She helped me with, you know, dealing with my injury, trying to help me find a place to live, trying to get back to school, trying to help me get a computer.
While helping Alan through his first series of post-injury hurdles and to prepare him for a return to school, even the Canadian Paraplegic Association didn't realize the extent to which their client would excel.
Went back to the university, graduated with a degree in mathematical sciences, and got a job.